News here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Based on current tallies, supermajorities are shaping up in both chambers of Congress. And with very little opposition, can the legislative bodies ensure checks and balances? Camille Samonte has the report.
With a supermajority now forming in the Senate, questions now point as to who will sit as the upper chamber's next Senate president. Former Senator Jinggoy Estrada, who currently sits at the bottom of the top 12 based on the partial and official tally, told One News the Chiefs that one name keeps coming up.
Narinig ko lang sa mga balita na meron yung mga ibang senador na nag-press release na meron yata silang napili na bagong Senate President. Yung mga lumalabas po ng mga balita si Senator Cynthia.
Even Senator Bato de la Rosa, in a separate TV interview, hinted at the possibility of the elder Villar leading the Senate. If the latest count would push through, the chamber would be packed with families, from the Villars, the Cayetanos, to the Ejercitos. What's more, there would only be one opposition lawmaker, Senator Risa Hontiveros. The Reelectionist told Radyo 5 that she will ensure checks and balances will remain. She also plans to form a minority group with at least 3 to 4 senators.
Kung makabuo kami ng 4 o 3, buo pa rin ang kumpiyansa ko na magsusumikap kami at magiging kapaki-pakinabang kami.
Just like in the Senate, the Congress is also shaping up to be a supermajority. But who will be the next speaker? On Thursday, the National Unity Party threw its weight behind Tacloban City Representative Martin Romualdez for speakership. He is also Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s cousin. The NUP made the endorsement, citing Romualdez's quote, exemplary service as a majority leader. Neophyte lawmakers, led by Marcos Jr.'s son Sandro Marcos, also expressed support for his uncle. But what are the odds of this happening? Representative Joey Salceda said it's quite high.
I think basically the speakership will be uncontested. Congress generally gravitates towards a person which has the confidence of the president, and obviously his first cousin with the presumptive president.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Reelectionist Senator Win Gatchalian says he is also gunning for the Senate presidency. On One News's The Chiefs, Gatchalian said that some of his strengths include big plans for the upper house, as well as his good relationship with his colleagues. He revealed that other senators are also eyeing the post, like Senator Cynthia Villar, incoming Senator Cheese Escudero, and Reelectionist Senator Mig Zubiri.
I'm vying for the Senate presidency, and I've talked to some of our colleagues about that. And of course, since re-electionist naman ako, and I've been in the Senate for the last 6 years, I've also have some good plans for the institution. The biggest factor, Luchi, are your colleagues, because you're now campaigning among 24 senators, and they have different ideas and thoughts about how the Senate should be as an institution. So the most important factor here is getting the vote and the vote and the support of your colleagues.
And as for the looming supermajority that might emerge in the upper house, Gatchalian says this is a good thing, since having a Senate that's cooperative and collaborative with the executive department will minimize politicking.
What's good about a cooperative and collaborative Senate is we minimize or eliminate politics, because politics can play in the discussion of issues. We need to focus on the issue, and take out politics. But if you have a supermajority or a cooperative or collaborative Senate, then you talk about the issues and you work on the issues, find a common ground on the issues.
And this next one's from the Philippine Star. At least 245 vote-buying incidents have been recorded by the Interior Department in this year's elections. DILG Secretary Ed Año said 41 suspects have already been identified for vote buying throughout the campaign season. Authorities have gathered evidence for 25 cases, while 20 other instances are still under investigation. 4 cases have been referred to the prosecution office, and 1 has been filed before the courts. President Rodrigo Duterte called on the next government to abolish the country's party list system. Duterte claims that party lists, especially leftist groups, have done nothing but play tricks on the government. And that's why, for the president, the Constitution must be amended to take out the entire party list system.
Ako, I recommend the abolition of itong party list. Ginagamit although they are a very few, but still they participate in the government that they wish to destroy. Iyan ang nakakatawa dyan. Pumapasok sila sa gobyerno, they participate in the governance process, and yet what they really want is to destroy that government at palitan nila ng kanila.
In response, Kabataan Party List First Nominee Raul Manuel urged the incumbent chief executive not to be bitter towards party lists. He added that problems in the party list system can be resolved without having to overhaul the Constitution. Manuel is likely to be part of the next Congress, with the Kabataan Party List presumably securing 1 seat based on the latest partial and unofficial count of all votes cast on May 9. The Philippines bagged its first gold in the 31st Southeast Asian Games. That is thanks to pencaksilat athlete Francine Padios. Let's get to know her more in this report by Gretchen Ho.
Pencaksilat athlete Francine Padios proudly paraded the Philippine flag after bagging the country's first gold in the 31st Southeast Asian Games. Francine delivered a superb performance in the semi-tunggal singles event, besting defending champion Pupsa Arumsari of Indonesia.
Nakakalutang po yung sitwasyon ngayon kasi nga po gold medal po, tapos first pa po. So parang wow.
The victory, though, meant so much more for the young Aklanon. Francine dedicated this to her ailing father who has fallen into a coma after a car accident last December.
Pauwi po siya galing sa Iloilo, work niya po. Pinilit po talaga niya na umuwi kahit sa sobrang pagod. Nakatulog po siya sa habang nagde-drive. Nabangga niya po yung bus. Sa taga niyang gumising, nainis na rin ako eh. Sabi ko, Dad, bakit di ka pa nagigising? Maglalaro na ako, hindi ka pa rin nagigising.
My instruction nga was to give her all the time that she needs to spend with the father. Nagulat ako, alam mo, na 6 days lang, bumalik na si Francine sa training. Sabi sa akin ng nanay, ang sabi daw ni Francine, mas makakatulong siya kapag nag-training siya ng mabuti at kapag nakapanalo siya ng ginto.
Francine says she draws strength from her father who never forgets to inspire her before her games.
May kasi si Daddy sa akin bago ako maglaro, magsispeech sa akin yan na mga kumbaga motivation lang.
Francine says her 300,000 peso cash incentive for getting gold will all go to the medical bills of her father, but they will still need more help. For those who want to help, you can send your donations directly to Francine's accounts.
Ang mind ko talaga po na dapat ipanalo ko or dapat di ako matalo kasi nga kapag matalo ako dito, saan ko makukuha yung pera na ipanggusto sa hospital po.
Gretchen Ho, We Are One News.
Basketball rookies strut their stuff at the recently concluded PBA Draft Combine for a chance to play in the Pro League. Marty Bautista with that story.
Some of the country's best basketball talent had the chance to showcase their skills at the Gatorade Hoop Center on Thursday for the PBA Draft Combine. PBA coaches kept a keen eye on how the aspirants meshed well with their teammates, handled critique, and adjusted to game-like situations. With just 2 days left until the official PBA draft on May 15, a few names have captured the interest of PBA coaches. These include young stalwarts such as Jeremiah Gray and Cedric Bearfield, but they failed to make it to the Combine for unknown reasons. Meanwhile, contenders like Brandon Ganuelas Rosser are busy representing the country in the Southeast Asian Games men's 3x3 event in Vietnam. Nonetheless, the two-day event still yielded action from standouts like Sean Ildefonso, who topped the agility test on day one after clocking an impressive 3.46 seconds.
I'm looking forward for any team, actually, any team. But, as you know, my dad is part of Converge, so all through all our lives, it's always been a family matter. And hopefully, we'll see, but every team, any team, I'm going to give it my all.
And former Green Archer Encho Serrano, who was named the PBA Draft Combine MVP.
Siyempre, as a player, ito na yun yung dream ko. Pasimula na dito eh. So mag-i-start na ako dito. Alam ko, ang daming nanonood na coaches na nakikita ko. So yun, sana mabigyan ng pagkakataon eh. Hindi ko sasayangin yung opportunity.
Coaches, on the other hand, were more reserved with sharing their top picks as draft day approaches.
We've actually identified a few guys we'd like to take an extra look at, and we're focused there. So guys who we feel should be available second round.
You're not really here for the first round anyway, in effect, because if you kind of know who the first round guys are going to be and how they play. This is really more about finding the diamond in the rough, the guy that nobody else maybe sees, and maybe picking him up in the second round or third round, kind of like a PJ Simon or someone like that.
PBA teams will have a chance to reshuffle and revitalize their lineups on May 15 at the Robinsons Place, Manila for the PBA Draft. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 11 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.